companies have been given a woke rating.
Summer of Pride. This tour has everything. Hiking, community, art, lesbian.
Because we'll be traveling here from the future.
How?
Will there be a new Earth?
What? Elon Musk gets us to Mars. And if Elon Musk creates Neuralink...
Maybe he's an alien.
Most likely, that's my theory. Compete in, like, professional weightlifting in the female division.
Yeah.
But if you took this guy, for example,
Yeah.
right here, okay, Mr. Harry Styles, and he transitioned, which he's close, and he transitioned...
Please don't cancel us, no. Please don't cancel us. We're talking fake news and conspiracies. Come on, please don't cancel us. And though our subjects are all sensitive, come on, please don't cancel us.
It worked out. We were talking about your abnormally small head?
But then you had to go and interfere.
Yeah, sure. Let's just tell us about your abnormally small head.
I just have an abnormally small head. I always have to have like the smallest helmets. If you put your hat...
I'm picturing like a pinhead.
If you put your hat on, I have to put it like on not even the last hole. I think I need to like have an extra one, right? Isn't
Don't
it
you
like
already
on
have
the...
an extra hole?
That's yucky, babe. Don't make jokes like that.
Sorry.
So yeah, we were talking about that and the fact that I have a lisp right now.
Yeah.
Because I've got see-through Invisalign braces.
And what is it like?
Well, I mean, I notice it when I'm talking, and it puts a lot of pressure on my teeth. But it's so stupid because I didn't realize I had a lisp until I recorded a video. And then I looked back at the video, and I was like, oh, I have a bit of a lisp at the moment because of these new braces. And I wonder if it's going to go away.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm actually kind of jealous.
Why?
Because when I had braces, I told you this already, like when I had braces, they were the OG, like, wire and everything braces.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's just lucky that if you're really in like a lot of pain, or if you're in like
you can
in a lot
just
of,
take them off. Yeah, that's
take
true.
them off and have that relief. Because the one thing that really got to me when I had braces was the pressure.
Yeah.
And knowing that you physically can't help it. You physically can't do something about it.
Yeah, you can't do anything to relieve it.
And you can't go to a dentist because the dentist's just going to be like, sit down.
Yeah.
Shut up. Okay, this is what it is.
Yeah.
And that was the most annoying thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine
is like
that.
feeling that.
Because you feel the pressure.
Oh,
but
you know what I used to do?
Do they tighten
Sorry,
them?
I just remembered. Yeah. But I'll get to that in a second. What I used to do for relief, I'd put my thumbs in my mouth and I'd start pushing against my teeth.
Really? Would that help?
Yeah, because it's like a little bit of relief. Because it's pushing it in like this. And I was like this. Try it. I mean, you got the plastic one, so I don't know if it makes that much of a difference.
A little bit, not really.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm just jealous because I feel like if I could pop it out.
But it's crazy that technology can do this now.
Yeah, right?
Because I never had braces. I had a retainer and like this weird lock at the top of my, I don't know what you call this in English, at the top here. And that's all, because I never really had crooked teeth. Now only because apparently your jaw gets smaller when you get older.
Why?
I don't know why.
I've said this before. Why?
Because we don't use it as much anymore?
Yes.
Is that why?
Because we are a beta society which don't use our jaws like they were intended anymore.
Yeah.
We're no longer chewing shit. So your jaw is not
chew a lot.
used. No, you're not chewing real shit.
Like bones, like doggies.
Yeah, we could, yes. Humans, for most of human civilization, have been chewing bones. It's depicted on art all over the world, carvings.
Just chewing a bone.
No, we used to chew lean meat.
Yeah.
And it takes a long time to chew lean meat.
But also how quick. I was thinking about that today. This will take 5 months before I get results.
Mm-hmm.
How long do you have to have your braces?
3 years.
3 years. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, and another thing about teeth. The reason why we have braces now and the reason why we never needed braces, again, was because of how much we were using our jaws.
Yeah.
So, like, if you think of a dog, right?
Yeah.
It's biting and pulling and biting and pulling. And so there's constantly pressure, outward pressure, to get their teeth and their jaw to develop correctly. But as humans, you just get baby food.
But that's why we're now being born without wisdom teeth.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird, right? How,
it's a new
like, evolution.
Yeah. Scientists said that there was a new evolution of mankind, which we're no longer being born with wisdom teeth. Yes.
We're slowly turning into aliens.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's actually a perfect segue for this.
Let's see. Elon Musk.
What new... It's just been announced that Elon Musk's Neuralink brain chip has been approved by the FDA to begin human trials. Any volunteers? Although it's not yet been revealed what new capabilities the first patients will be given. Isn't that a surreal sentence to say? Musk has said that they first intend on aiming to cure conditions like obesity, autism, depression, schizophrenia, and even allow paralyzed individuals to walk again. And then if that's successful, move on to being able to directly connect you to the devices that we use all day and control them telepathically. And this one might be a bit further. They even said that it would be possible to one day communicate with one another instantly without saying a word. But if this all actually turns out successful, we're going to have to start seriously talking about some issues. Like, would it be discrimination if a company only wanted to hire someone with a Neuralink brain chip? Would advertisers be able to collect data? Would we be creating a hyper-efficient offshoot of humans that would have an unfair advantage? Do we ban them in schools? Would there even need to be schools if you had access to all information instantly? And that's just the start of it. So the question is, does today mark the start of something amazing for humanity? Or is it the beginning of the end?
What?
Dun, dun, dun.
But like when you think about it, and now you're talking about like how we're developing, we see aliens as people that communicate telepathically, right?
Yes, and they have little tiny jaws and really big brains, and they don't talk. Think about that.
We are aliens from the future.
From the future.
From the future.
From the future.
It's weird. I feel like it's heading in this direction, the end of the story.
Well, fast forward 1,000 years. What does it look like?
I feel like that's the end of this story. That we are, you know, when you're watching a movie and the movie ends with, oh my God, we are the aliens.
Like that's the Black Mirror switcheroo.
I feel like that's the end. That's the end. Yeah. That's the finale.
If you think of space travel and you think about
because we'll be traveling here from the future.
How?
Will there be a new Earth?
What? We've lost you. I feel like I lost you there. And then that's how gravity works. Like you were figuring something out.
Yes.
But you weren't taking me on the ride with you. Will there be a new Earth? Like, when did we talk about the old one?
No, happening? But seriously, like, how would that work? So are we from the future and then we land
Wait,
here?
how? First of all, premise. How would what work? Neuralink? What are you talking about?
Like, if we are the aliens.
If we are the aliens.
How would the storyline have gone?
So if we are just humans, which are hyper-evolved.
Yes.
Which have come back to this present day for whatever purpose. We haven't spoken about that yet. Then
No, wait. I'm trying to figure it. I'm trying
to figure out what you're
the
trying
puzzle
to say.
pieces. So are there aliens? Yes, we believe that. Ask another question. Yes, we believe that.
Yes, I mean extraterrestrials. I don't think alien is a bit
That's what
green
we
and
called them.
Sure, but you know what I mean.
Okay, and if so,
you know, every time you're too loud. Just FYI, little production. Every time you're too loud, I turn you down, and then you compensate by getting louder. So then in the podcast, when I edit it, I got to turn you way back up or way back down because literally, I just went in here, and can you see mine is louder and yours is softer? I literally was like, oh, that's painful, and I turned you down, and now you're like, so if you think about it.
I get excited. That's
anyway, keep going. It's fine. Keep going.
No.
At the 40-minute mark, my ears are like, okay. Anyway.
So, how would that work?
Okay, let's go back to what are we even talking about.
Okay, so if there are aliens.
Okay, but are you saying humans are the aliens?
Yes.
Then stop saying aliens. Just say if there are, if it is us.
If it is, but then that makes no sense.
If it is us coming back, if we are the aliens, just say that. If we are the aliens.
If we are the aliens. Then our future selves on a different planet right now.
Are our future selves on a different planet right now?
Or are there no aliens and we will be the aliens when we travel to Mars?
Question.
And then what would be Earth?
Question. What about parallel time zones, like parallel time realities? Like, what if it's all happening at the same time and there's an overlap?
But we don't know about that yet.
No, but what I'm saying is, there have been sightings and there are stories of like us being visited by weird things.
Yeah.
What if that's just us checking up on ourselves?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But the question is, are you saying that, okay, there was a
similar situation,
detachment of civilization on planet Earth, which happened thousands of years ago?
Or there was just a civilization before us that went through the whole process already, and
that's literally what I'm saying.
Oh.
So there was a detachment of civilization before us thousands of years ago that, for example, went to Mars or went somewhere.
Well, not on Mars,
and maybe they were so hyper evolved, and because space and time kind of distort, maybe they think they've only been gone for 10 years or 20 years or 50 years, and now they're coming back. But they don't know, since they left, their entire civilization and world crumbled into nothing. And now we're new. And maybe the technology that they used was not Wi-Fi or computer-based. Maybe they had a totally different version of technology that they're going to come back and be like, what is this? Is that what you're saying?
Maybe. That's a possibility. That's one way of thinking about it.
Because that's possible. Like, I mean, look, if Elon Musk gets us to Mars, and if Elon Musk creates Neuralink, within his lifespan, I mean, the dude's 40 or 50.
Maybe he's an alien.
Most likely, that's my theory. Because only an alien comes up with this kind of shit. Like,
how the hell do you make this?
If an alien came to Earth...
Yeah, it would be Elon Musk.
100 years ago. With no TV, no cell phones, no Wi-Fi. You would know the shit. But the technology wouldn't be there to create yet.
Also, he denies that there's aliens.
Yeah. So you would incrementally... You would incrementally try to like drip feed information to society. You'd be like, wouldn't it be cool if there was like a way for us to like a walkie-talkie, but like, and wouldn't it be cool if like somehow you could access information altogether? And then wouldn't it be cool if, I feel like that's what he's doing. He's like, hold on.
He knows that there's no aliens because he's the alien.
I feel like he's drip feeding information because this whole Neuralink thing is like, how the fuck did you come up with that? And how are you like, in his factories, all of the professional software engineers talk to him and look at him like he's God. So like, excuse me.
He is the alien, for sure, because...
The alien, like the only one, and that's why he knows there's nothing out there, or he's part of a bigger society that he doesn't want to tell you about.
One or the other.
Choose.
Like maybe his whole civilization went extinct or something like that. Or it's his purpose to come down here.
What if his entire civilization was extinct?
Yeah.
And he came down to Earth
to survive,
to save us.
Yeah.
Because we're heading for the same fate.
Yeah.
And he's like, if we don't.
But then he must know the technology already.
This is one of my theories. Elon Musk is like, if we don't get the fuck out of here and get to Mars now, AI, that was the end of my planet.
But he also works with AI, does he not?
No.
No.
I mean, he works with it, but he's very cautious. Even like 10 years ago, he was like, we need to be really careful about AI. We need to make sure that we don't go too fast with AI. AI is scary and AI will kill us. He's been saying that for 10 years. He's been like, we need to slow down. It's too much. It's going to get out of control. I promise. He's really trying to slow us down, but it's not working. What if that's his purpose? And what if that's like, we need to get to Mars? What if that's like the real truth and that's why he works so hard? Because he's not vacationing.
And why does he want so many kids? To repopulate.
What if?
Alien children.
But we just said alien could still be human.
Yeah, well, us from the future.
Thank you.
Yes. Still more developed though.
What if?
It would make sense.
Because he's on a one-man mission to Mars. Literally. But why? What are you trying to hide? What do you not want us to know?
I think we cracked it. Don't you?
I really think about these things.
Yeah.
I really wonder.
Yeah. I wish we could just watch the movie.
Yeah, like that Rick and Morty episode where they get the lawn chairs and they sit out in the vacuum of space and they just watch time, dinosaurs, planets, the universe implode,
I want to watch
expand.
the movie.
I'd love to see that.
So that I could know what's happening.
Love to see that.
And then maybe we could see some dragons also.
Yeah, I've always wondered what's actually really going on.
Yeah.
There has to be something.
Like, that's the whole thing. That's even the conversation we had today about dragons. is like, why do we depict dragons everywhere when we've never seen them before?
Yeah, the guy that we were watching said the theory is if you take humans and you put them anywhere with no prior knowledge of what a dragon is, and you let them evolve for like 1,000 or 2,000 years, every single experiment that you do will come up with their own version of a dragon.
Yeah.
And it's proved because cultures all around the world, ones that have never had contact with each other, have done this exact thing. And there's always depictions of dragons. And then he said, okay, well, if you just take what we're scared of, right? Like lions, birds, and reptiles, and you mix it all together, then you come up with this crazy creature.
Yeah, but why is it always a reptile?
I think it's different because, like, you know the chicken experiment? I said this to you before.
Yeah.
Where they took third-generation chickens. So they took chickens, and they put them indoors.
Yeah.
And then they had chickens. Mm-hmm. Or rather, no, that would be flawed because then they could teach their young. They took eggs from chickens, and then they put the eggs indoors, and then they hatched the eggs. That was the first generation. Then they lived inside in safety with and food and everything for their entire life until they made a second generation. And then they did the same thing. And then they made a third generation. Now, the third generation chickens, what they did is they ran a cable from one end of the ceiling to the other end of the ceiling, and they took a simulated eagle, and they flew that eagle across the building. And every single chicken knew exactly what it was and exactly where to go and how to hide and how to get away.
That's crazy.
And they basically discovered it's built into the DNA of their fucking...
Yeah, brain,
their whatever the fuck it is. It's built in.
They know.
It's built in. It's not taught. It's built in. What if that's what we have with dragons? What if it's because, like, for so many years, we were terrorized by these fucking flying buildings that could breathe fire. And what if that's why, like, in Asia...
why are they depicted everywhere?
They have, like, the water dragons that, like, it looks like a sea snake with legs.
Yeah.
Right? And what do they say about snakes? They say, like, snakes or salamanders, rather, started growing legs and walking onto land and then became, like, Komodo dragons and so on and so forth.
Maybe they will become dragons again.
That'd be cool. Well, there's a lot of experiments. I don't know if you've seen this, but in China...
But also,
they're experimenting with... what's it called when you artificially create an animal?
Oh my God, why can't I think of the word? Genetic cloning.
They're cloning dinosaurs.
Oh my, why though? Why would you do that?
You haven't heard about this?
No, but why
They're
would you do
cloning
that?
dinosaurs because they want Jurassic Park.
Yeah, but that's a very bad idea.
I'd visit it.
Are we trying to destroy our own world?
No, we just like movies and we like seeing things come to reality. Listen, is it
Maybe
China's
that's
fault or
where
is it the creator of Jurassic Park?
You know what? Maybe that's it. Maybe we've lived it all before, and that's where Elon Musk is from. And now he's coming back down and he's like, guys, don't do it again. Dragons, dinosaurs, all this stuff.
But it seems so fun.
Why?
Wouldn't you want to go... Wouldn't you want to go to Jurassic Park and then fly to Mars and then telepathically communicate with everyone and eat baby food?
Yeah, it would be cool if it was safe, but it's not safe.
It's safe until it's not safe.
Exactly.
It's like a roller coaster. It's safe until it breaks down and everybody dies in a fiery mess.
What is wrong with us? Are we searching for the end?
I wonder if we're searching for the end or if we're searching for an answer or a purpose or a reason.
A purpose, like always.
A special diamond that we need to mine out of the ground.
And that's a dinosaur?
Like in The Hobbit, they need to find the heart of the mountain.
Yeah, why?
And then the whole simulation collapses and it's like, ha, I found it.
And then what?
I don't know. Elon Musk turns into a giant reptile dragon and takes the stone and flies off.
And then it's like, oh, well, now we know where dragons come from.
And then what do we do then?
Yeah, but that's it. We figured it out. That's it.
What do we do then?
Do it all again. Start over.
Woo! Burn it down!
And restart again.
And then the new civilization is like, dude, they had some crazy technology back in the day. How did they make this stuff? What happened to the Egyptians?
That's probably what happened. They did it, and then they were like, well, we figured it out.
Oh, that's been proven.
Yeah.
That's been proven. They proved that multiple civilizations over hundreds of thousands of years have risen and fallen and risen and fallen.
But to different stages, right?
They
and
get to
things.
no. They all kind of start ending at the same point. They all found that when, especially like one of the most recents with the Roman Empire, when they started talking about like transgender issues and equality, that's when the collapse kind of started coming. And if you think about it, like, look, I don't think this is going to happen. But if I was writing a book, it's like a nice, neat ending, right? Like, again, I don't think this is what's going to happen. But if the ending to this chapter of civilization was nuclear war, it would make sense, right? Like, people become so privileged and poor, the gap becomes so crazy that the elite few play around with the power that they have too much. And then they get too complacent. And then they lower their defenses because they think everything's good, right? And then you have all these gender problems and these things, and nobody's really focusing on their military. And then something like Russia comes along, or Germany, or whatever,
slaps you back into
and
reality.
they're like, hey, we're going to take all of your stuff now because you're complacent. Like, you stop putting burglar bars.
Stupid.
Yeah. And then there's a fight, and then nuclear war, and then levels the world. And we start again.
Yeah.
How do you know? How do you know? What if life just prevails? Always. But like, it's a cycle. And what if we're just close to the end? And again, back to Elon Musk. What if he knows this? And he's like, listen, guys, what if Elon Musk is like an alien time traveler, and he's seen the last 6 civilizations fail. And this time, we came so close to success that the aliens have been waiting so long for us to just crack the code. And this time, we got so close that they're like, send Elon. Because this time we don't need them to destroy themselves. Maybe this time, if we just give them the right nudge, they'll crack that mathematical code, or they'll crack that equation, and then they can become a part of this galactic federation.
Yeah, but then what?
Because that's the thing, like, right? Like, imagine you were part of a galactic federation. You would constantly monitor other planets and see like where they're at. And you'd probably have like a zebra planet, and then you'd have a chimpanzee planet, and then you'd have all these other planets with different levels of evolution. And you would look at like the previous civilization of humans and be like, that's not gonna, and then
But then
start again.
And
then they just wait. And then they come check up on us again, and they're like, yeah, they got close that time. And then this time they're like, dude, holy shit. Or maybe the Egyptian age, like they were like, dude, you're so close, you're so close, you're so close. Ah, damn it. And maybe now this time they're like, okay, this time they're right at the finish line, but they're just gonna fuck it up. They're gonna fuck. So send Elon and just.
But then how about all those weird people that we watch on cringe Instagram pages? Like, those people have not evolved.
Well, that's Louis C.K.'s joke, isn't it? It's like we just keep the really bad ones alive nowadays.
Yeah, that's the problem. Because those, I feel like we don't. I think in that case, we haven't had a stupider
question
generation.
about aliens and evolution, right? We always talk about having a child should be something that you are certified for or earn, or you can pass a test, or you can prove something. Like, it shouldn't just be like Big Bertha and fucking Magic Mike, and not the nice one. Like, 400 kilo Magic Mike with no teeth can just have 18 kids and just make more of them and just fuck up the world for the rest of us, right? Do you think that aliens, super civilized, and hyper intelligent, conscious beings that are not bound by their sexual or primitive nature, do you think that when it comes to reproduction, they'd be more selective?
I don't know. Maybe, yes.
Think about it. Like, do you think that they'd be like, okay, well, this and this is a great candidate, so you guys should have babies. Or this and this are bad candidates. We've noticed trace elements of such and such disease in your heritage that maybe can't affect you now or can't affect the next 3 generations of your offspring, but it could come up some point because they're so smart. And they're like, no. Or they can just zap it out. Zip, or they can genetically engineer. But the thing that I'm trying to allude to is, are we almost at a point where our evolution is high enough where we can start saying, let's stop using such a primal form of reproduction. Let's upgrade. Let's like software upgrade the way we reproduce.
But we can already do that.
The thing is, what do you mean?
Artificially insemination.
Yeah, but artificial insemination is just a form
of can't we now
inseminating someone. There's no selection. Again, Big Bertha can just go get artificially inseminated.
Yeah, but listen. Oh, you mean like that? But I mean, if it comes to like, there's also new research now, right? There's something new that you now don't have to carry your own child. That's also something that's happening.
Yeah. But I'm speaking more of like selection. So like. Quick little segue. Think about lions.
I'm sorry. Yes.
I'm glad that you're enjoying yourself. Really, I'm so glad that you're enjoying yourself. It's great.
That was not meant for this, but yes.
No, it's great.
I'm sorry.
I hope everybody watching is yawning as well and clicking off of the video. Is it me?
No, I'm sorry.
What?
Sorry, I didn't mean to yawn.
Did you hide it next time?
I'm sorry.
Could you not go right in the mic? Could you please? Is that fine?
That's fine.
Because one day I hope to have like tens of thousands of people watching this show. And I don't want them all yawning when I talk about lions. If that's fine.
That's fine.
Cool.
Continue.
So segue to lions. If you look at lions, specifically male lions, they're constantly fighting each other.
Yeah.
They're constantly killing each other. It's always the bigger, stronger, younger male prevails. And even with your own father, once he gets to a certain age, you fucking kill the guy. And every time a lion...
Lions, you mean, right? Yes.
And every time one male lion fights another male lion, whether it's related to them or not, like for the control of a pride, they're not just fighting for their own life, but they're fighting for their DNA.
Yeah.
Because if you lose a fight,
Yeah.
if your older brother loses a fight, and you got two younger brothers, right? If your older brother loses a fight, all three of you are nomads. All three of you have to just wander the jungle alone and hope that one of you gets strong enough one day to kill a big, strong fucking male lion. But if you don't, you're done. Your DNA is over, finished, done. No more of you on this fucking universe. Bye. That's so aggressive. Think about how aggressive you would have to fight.
Yeah, but we used to be like that also.
There we go.
Yeah.
And now we're not.
No.
Now we're literally the opposite of that.
Yeah.
And okay, cool. If you want to say, yeah, well, we don't have to save the biggest, strongest, because that's not a sign of real strength. Like you could, like, okay, cool. What about intellect? There must be a metric that you can use, whether it's physical, intellectual, conscious, or there must be some type of graph, right? We all love, okay, I like math. There must be some equation to figure out,
We all love math. Nobody loves math.
there must be an equation to figure out, like, to score people. Everybody should get a score.
Yeah.
And then you should breed the good ones. Like if you look at buffalo trading, like buffalo breeding, you take the biggest, strongest buffalo with the best fucking female.
Buffalo.
It's called a cow.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. You mate the shit out of them, and then you make super buffalo.
Yeah.
Like, don't we need superhumans?
Yeah.
Like a bunch of Elon Musks and a bunch of this and a bunch of that. Like, we don't need 14 fat Jerrys running around from Rick and Morty. We don't need that. And we don't need him to be reproducing with another 6 people and so on and so forth and so on and so forth. I mean, you just go a couple of generations, you got tens of thousands of these fucks running around.
Yeah.
And then those are the only ones that use Twitter. Those are the only ones that comment on, like, wokeism.
Yes, 100%.
And then it's changing the reality of our... Did you know?
Yes.
This one blew my mind. I think Dylan Page made a video.
Hey, Loda, there is a country where...
I think Dylan Page made a video about this.
You should be his best friend.
I want to be his best friend.
Can you find it?
No, I can't.
Can you find it? What is it about?
Tell
me what it's about.
Doesn't seem like I can find it right now. But this is what it's about. So companies have been given a woke rating.
Really?
I swear to God.
Are you serious?
I can find the actual video if you want. I think I have it on my phone.
Are you serious?
Yes.
But what do you mean, like a woke, like how woke they are?
Mm-hmm.
But is it like a good thing to be more woke or a bad thing to be more woke?
That's up to personal preference. I think it's pretty garbage.
It's very stupid. But why have they created this rating? Is it like an official rating or is it like an online rating?
It's official.
But why is it official? I don't understand. Is that for like diversity hires or what?
No, it's way worse.
What is it for then?
It's way worse. Let's see if I can find it here.
Yeah. Show me it. Show me the video. Wokeism.
I like how you're trying to not have dead silence on the podcast,
So
but you're panicking and you're like,
singing.
show me the video. Show me the video. That's not how that's supposed to work.
It's difficult to have a conversation on your own, you know? It's not easy.
Oh, I do it all the time.
Really?
I'm fine.
You're crazy. You're crazy.
Really? You're crazy.
You're crazy.
You're really just trying. Okay, I can't find it. So I forget what the scoring method is called, but think about it like this. Every company is given this rating. And based on the rating you have, it affects your sales. It affects... Hold on, wait.
Can you not just search it? Wokeism. Companies get woke rating.
Come on, TikTok, where's your algorithm?
Credit score woke company.
I found it. Dude, TikTok is pretty good lately.
So many companies going woke. There had to be some reason.
Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
After some digging, I found it. The CEI, Corporate Equality Index, aka the woke credit score. It's a made-up score based on how much a company is pushing woke
It's real.
issues. And who made up and gives this score? An organization called the HRC, a massive political lobbying group. Apparently, HRC sends representatives to corporations every year, telling them the kind of stuff they have to make visible at the company, give them a list of demands, and if they don't follow through, there's a threat that they won't keep their CEI credit score. And why do companies even care about this made-up woke credit rating?
If they get a bad score, then the woke investor funds start putting pressure on the boards. Woke activists are mobilized out in the streets. Advertising campaigns are shut down. Anyone that continues to do business with them will also be penalized. This is fascism.
Don't play the game, don't get their investment. And who is funding the HRC? Surprise, surprise, it's George Soros' Open Society Foundation. Now, this HRC has introduced this arbitrary credit rating to everything. States, municipalities, and even schools. Imagine that. There are people who are deciding what credit score an individual school can get. They threaten them by having these big funds withhold investments into them. We now have a made-up scoring system that doesn't physically exist, deciding how much digital money that doesn't physically exist companies get. And it makes people physically act a certain way. This is truly mind control.
Think about that.
Wait. So I don't get it. So they're pushing wokeism because?
What do you mean, because?
The investment? I don't get it. Explain it to me, please.
So they've been given a credit score. Mm-hmm. All of these big companies have been given a credit score. Mm-hmm. Okay? And based on your credit score, it kind of determines your investments, your funding.
Okay.
From woke investors, right?
Mm-hmm. What are woke investors?
It's like your sister if she had $1 billion.
Okay.
You get what I mean? It's just woke investing or / woke investors are companies like, let's say, international banks. Like we got ABN AMRO down the road. Yeah. They have not woke. They don't call it woke. They call it sustainable income investment portfolio strategy, where they try to aim to give back to so-and-so and for such and such. And because they want to be seen on the global market as this ethical, like best foot forward first type company, right? And there's a lot of money going around. Now, if you're a unwoke company, you're going to get less funding. You're going to get a smaller credit score, and it's going to affect your business. It's going to affect your sales. It's going to affect your advertising. It's going to affect everything. It's going to affect your bottom line. That's why companies give a shit. I was for a long time figuring out, like, because we were just talking about how these beta Jerry fat fucks are the only ones that use Twitter and the only ones that are ruining the world. And for me, it's like, well, if I know that, you're telling me that the CFO or the CEO of like a major corporation doesn't know that too? And maybe they just do surveys to see who their real clients are, right? And then I wouldn't care if I ran a company and be like, fuck woke. Like, my sales are through the roof and people like me. So, like, I'm not going to listen to the bad comments.
Okay.
Because that's all it is. It's just, I'm personally offended because you didn't include a Mexican person as the lead actor for Dumbledore.
But what are they doing? Are they just like...
Oh, I'll show you.
But,
so, do you remember the Bud Light thing?
Yeah, no. You have to re-show me the Bud Light thing.
Oh, I'll just use TikTok because apparently TikTok's search engine is really good now.
Yeah, it's like a new YouTube. I decided to use it for more things as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Bud Light created a campaign.
Yeah. Is this it?
I don't know.
Oh, is it blank?
No, it's broken.
Okay.
Great.
Bud Light.
Why?
Why are so many?
So there's a few companies, right? Bud Light was one of the first. And I'm sure this guy's going to explain it, so I don't want to explain it twice. So I'll just do it quickly. They created a woke campaign where they supported LGBTQ. Now, obviously, because Bud Light is an American beer, and a lot of Americans who drink beer are like straight white men, right? They got super angry at it, and they're like, hey, don't fuck with our beer. So then you got a lot of like these activists, or a lot of like, there was this one douchebag famous guy that started shooting Bud Light and being like, I boycott Bud Light because fuck you, right?
Wait. Why? I'm confused.
Because Bud Light created a transgender or LGBTQ inclusive advertising.
Ah, okay.
And the thing is that then there was another one with, I think it was Ford.
Yeah. Also LGBTQ.
And they created an entire advertising, and they also created a truck, which is called the
Oh my God.
Very Gay Raptor. It's literally called the Very Gay Raptor. And it's in support of LGBTQ, right?
Okay.
Now, the thing here is they had a lot of people, like professional strongmen,
Yeah.
the one of which has been on the Joe Rogan podcast,
Yeah.
support this. Because he's like, I think it's really cool because being strong doesn't just mean being manly.
Yeah,
Cool.
true.
I get
Yeah,
I get
it.
the idea and I get
Yeah.
the message.
Yeah.
But then there's always two sides of the story.
Yeah.
So then there's people getting angry because it's a truck.
Yeah.
Okay, now, this is the one that I agree with.
Yeah. I can understand.
Because personally, I like the look of the truck. I
looks
like
cool.
the message of the truck. I like the way that they advertise the truck. I like that it's still saying, hey, you can be off-road. You can be rugged. You can be,
And
quote-unquote, big, tough,
be
strong.
gay at the same time.
And be gay.
Yeah.
And be trans. And be whatever the fuck you want to be.
Yeah.
This truck is not just for
Yeah.
insert white male here.
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
And that I agree with.
That one is like all good.
All good.
Yeah.
Target.
I love Target. I want to go.
Check this out.
Target.
Actually, you know what? Let's just see if we can use TikTok search engine for everything.
Why? Just to test it out.
Yeah, I've never tried this before. It's actually pretty good.
Target. What do you mean? It's also doing.
So Target tried.
But that's just.
This is the worst.
So Target executives waking up this morning after thinking they'd avoid getting Bud Lighted. Target loses $9 billion in 1 week following boycott calls over LGBTQ-friendly kids' clothing.
Target loses $9 billion in a week following boycott calls over LGBTQ. So they made LGBTQ friendly clothing.
For children.
Yeah, that's too
Now,
much.
that is different to the truck.
Yeah.
Why?
Because you're indoctrinating children.
Put the mic in front of your face.
Because you're indoctrinating children. I don't think you should force these things onto them. They need to figure it out themselves. And that's what I have an issue with. Like the brainwashing that starts from when they're younger, that, you know, you're not a girl or you're not a boy, you can be whatever you want. That I think that's brainwashing. In my book, that's brainwashing because it confuses kids.
What does this say?
Let's talk about why so many people are bored.
Sorry. I just wanted to see what this image in the back here is I tried zooming in, but it didn't work.
Yeah, no.
Why so many people
It says that
This is
tuck-friendly construction, extra crotch coverage.
Oh my god, what is that for kids?
Yeah.
Tuck friendly?
Tuck-friendly?
Like tucking.
No.
Yes.
Oh, no. No. Because I was going to be the devil's advocate. I was going to say, if it's just colors,
No.
then I feel like people are over-exaggerating. Because if it's just a rainbow-colored onesie, then what the fuck are you doing? Because, like, if you have a boy and you're dressing him in blue and you're giving him Transformers and stuff, and he likes it, but then maybe he gets to the age of, like, 5 or 6, and he starts like, I really like Barbie and I really like pink. You shouldn't be like, no, fuck you, blue only, bitch. That's fucked up. But in my mind,
I feel
that's...
like that's what you'd be like with your
Don't.
kid.
Because this is going to go on the internet.
Please
Listen.
don't cancel us.
But it's equally bad if you take a 5-year-old and he's like, I really like blue and I really like Transformers. And you're like, no, you should try Barbie.
Yeah.
It's the same type of fucked up. But now knowing that
That's
it's
also
tuck-friendly
that's
for
like
a
sexual
child...
thing. That's like a sexual thing.
I don't think a child even knows what tucking their... You're going to tuck your kid's... Whoa.
See, that's too far. But that's
too
just
much.
too far.
That's too much.
A kid is
Go fuck
just
yourself.
a kid.
Yeah, it's just a child.
It's just a child. Let them explore without indoctrinating.
You know when you see a kid running around the beach and their penis is out?
Yeah, they
Or
don't
a
care.
little girl is topless? Like, if you start saying anything about that, in my mind, you're sexualizing a child, and that's the problem.
That's the problem.
'Cause it's a
Because
child.
At 13, 12,
Different.
13, that's when you start noticing. That's when you start realizing what a girl, what a boy. Like, you start really, like, being aware of these things. When you're a kid, you're a kid. I never thought about this when I was a kid.
Never did I ever
Never.
once think about gender as a child. I remember, like, you get to 7 or 8, and then you start getting interested in, like, girls. And if I started getting interested in guys, yeah, I would love an environment where it was more inclusive. But I think we're there. I don't think we
Yeah.
live in the 1950s anymore. I think it is inclusive. And I think, you know, if I asked an 11, 12, 13-year-old kid, like, are you inclusive of gays? They'd be like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I play Roblox every night, and, like, I play with gay people all the time. I'm fine.
What is roadblocks?
Oh, you're so old. Anyway, so there was another one that happened, which was North Face.
Oh, North Face. Oh, here we go. Bud
Why?
Light, Target, North Face.
Now,
Okay, well, isn't it going to show all of them in that one?
no, he's black and white, and he's going to be weird. Here's the new North Face ad.
Patagonia, a real-life homosexual. And today I'm here with...
Is that real? Is that real? A
Mm-hmm.
real life? Whoa. Show me again.
Okay.
A real life homosexual?
Anyway, so North Face ads. So I just want to show you, like,
yeah. Oh, it's popping up everywhere now.
I know,
Fox
I know.
News.
So North Face used to be depicted
As is.
like this.
Yeah, that's it.
That's a North Face
That's
ad.
North Face.
That's a North Face ad. And it's specifically being targeted at who and what and why. Go.
People that like the outdoors, like
Rugged,
yeah, men
outdoors.
and women. Doesn't matter. Outdoors, going on hikes, going outside. That's
Buy
what
our
it
products
is.
because it will keep you cold. It will keep you warm. keep you cold so you can really experience being
Feel
outside.
the pain.
Mountain born, city worn. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, this is what North Face was.
It's more like Viking back in the day. Like, go for it. Please show me this ad. I want to see it. I'm so curious what
I
they're
wonder if
doing.
this will show it.
Why did they do the
Speaking of ads, it's Summer of Pride in adjective.
This is the ad.
Hi, it's me, Patagonia, a real-life homosexual. And today I'm here with the North Face. We are here to invite you to come out in nature with us. This tour has everything. Hiking, community, art, lesbians making art.
Let me see if I can find the actual ad, the full thing.
But is that an ad?
Mm-hmm.
That looks ridiculous. Just show me both of them.
Nature lets you be who you are. Even gay. Ladies and gentlemen, you are cordially invited to the Summer of Pride with my friends at the North Face. We're traveling all the gay across America, and everyone's invited. That means you.
Me.
And you.
Hello.
And you.
Wow.
Not you, though. You're too cute.
Where's the one that's sparking all the controversy?
Well,
though?
I mean, this is also pretty...
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
Oh my goodness.
Come on, show me.
Summer of Pride. This tour has everything. Hiking, community, art, lesbians making art. Last year, we gay sashayed across the nation and celebrated Pride across the nation with hundreds of you across the nation. This year, we're back again with 2 new stops, Atlanta, GA. Why? Because you're there. In Salt Lake City, we're coming for you.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is.
Let's just see what this guy had to say.
There's 3 initiatives that are put down through the World Economic Forum. One is called CEI. Why? There's 3 initiatives that are put down.
No, go fuck yourself. It's a 3-minute video. I'm not gonna
But
watch
like,
it.
listen, like the thing with this is like, but you know what I don't understand?
English.
We're like putting people in boxes, right? This is also really putting that LGBTQ trans in a box.
Which
because
is contrary
everybody
to
is
their
like,
message.
everybody's like, when they impersonate an LGBTQ, it's this.
Mm-hmm.
When it doesn't need to be. And it's just, I don't know. My brain is not comprehending this. I don't get it. Yeah. But please, can we first show, can I see the Bud Light one now? I want to see that one too.
Oh.
Because that was the one you started with. But like, I don't understand. The truck makes sense. This is
The truck totally makes sense because the truck is saying, "Hey, to your analogy, like
it's not over
we're
the
not
top.
gonna box in people anymore. We're gonna make this product available to anyone and everyone."
The thing is, they're overdoing it. It's too much. Is this it?
No.
Are you sure? Bud Light. Is that it?
Real Bud Light.
Some of its ads in the past have been very funny.
Do it for Daddy.
Is that
the
it?
nostalgia of an iconic Clydesdale. Away from its tradition.
No, I'm not sure.
Oh, you can't find it?
Just leave it.
Okay.
It's fine.
But what is that with this woman?
All right, so there's a lot of people talking about the new trans spokesperson for Bud Light beer, Dylan Mulvaney. Apparently, to celebrate Dylan's 365th day as a woman, they've put Dylan's face on the can. Yeah, you know Dylan, the woman? Yeah. Personally, I think it'd be more appropriate to put David's face on some Pennzoil transmission fluid. Get it? What the hell? Hey, Bud Light, my mom's been a woman for 23,725 days. You didn't put her face on a can. Rosa Parks ain't on a can. Mother Teresa ain't on a can. Joan of Arc ain't on a can. Mother Mary ain't on a can. And she gave birth to Jesus. Anyway, if you're one of the people boycotting Bud Light for partnering with Dylan, I'd like to congratulate you on joining the rest of the world who's been boycotting Bud Light ever since we discovered it's literally the most disgusting tasting beer known to man. But seriously, if you're one of the folks who's mad that the official spokesperson for Bud Light is now a trans person, take a look in the mirror. You're drinking light beer. You're halfway there yourself.
What? Yeah, that whole celebration of you're now a woman. It's messed up to me.
It's
messed up to me.
It's an interesting dilemma that we find ourselves in. Like, sometimes you do like being in a box.
Yeah.
Sometimes you do like identifying with so-and-so.
I like being feminine.
Yeah.
And I like things that come with being
and
feminine.
is this an age-old story? Think about it like this, right? When you're a child, you're playing on the playground. And there's always that one kid that's kind of weird and you don't want them to play with you. You just don't. And then the parent comes up and they're like, you have to include your little sister. You have to play with her. And then it's embarrassing and you don't like it anymore because it's ruining your thing.
I just realized in your story, the weird kid you don't want to play with is your sister.
Anyway. No, but seriously, like...
Do you not hear what I...
No, but just listen. This is more important. If you have like a bunch of boys. And they're playing in a treehouse. And then it's like, you got to include your sister. It ruins it. Okay? And now that's not because she's a girl. That's not this. It's just, it's like, let's not get into why, but we all know that feeling. I think this is just the adult version of that. Like, you find something that you like.
Yeah.
Disney movies, trucks, guns, Bud Light, or even on the female side, makeup or whatever. Like, I'm not trying to be sexist, but I'm just trying to name shit, okay? I'm on the spot.
Yeah.
That each gender likes. It's not fun when you have to include other people because it kind of ruins your vibe.
It ruins the...
And what I'm trying... Okay. Hold on. But what I'm saying is, like, it depends on who's ruining your vibe and why. Because the truck thing, I'm fine with that. The Bud Light thing is like, it's not the end of the world, but it's like, why would you make... Okay, all right. It's an interesting, like, age-old dilemma of, like, I think men want their things and women want their things. And then when there's a crossover, it's like, okay. But then when it's like officially like, it's no longer your thing. It's like, fuck, you ruined my thing.
It's true. But it's also like targeting your audience, right? Like, for example, Bang Unicorn right here, right?
Oh, yeah.
You could say, oh, that's only targeting women because it's a pink drink. You know what I mean? But that could be for everyone.
Blue as well.
Pink and blue. But then if it's North Face, for example, you're targeting the outdoor people that want to go outdoor and that need warm clothes to go outdoor.
Yeah.
You're not targeting the transgender woman that's wearing makeup everywhere, wants to be glammed up all the time, and she's not going to buy that.
You're going outside of your box too much. Like,
why are you targeting her? She's not going to buy your stuff.
That's why I like the truck, because they didn't have the gayest of gay skinny dudes.
Goodness.
Just going like, hey, I can be a top
like a trans
with giant nails.
A trans
and
woman.
It's too much.
Trans man. I don't even know. I don't
like. My uncle is gay.
Yeah, he doesn't look like that.
No, and whether he was super gay in his past or not, I don't know. But the thing is, like, the truck should be advertised for truck shit.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't care what you are.
Exactly. Not like this whole, like, what is that?
North Face for North Face shit.
Yeah, so make it inclusive in a different, not extreme, degrading. It looks more degrading to me.
Because listen, if you made like a hoodie or gloves or an ice pick or something with the rainbow on it, or if you made an advert where you have just a normal ass gay dude or a normal ass transgender, you can allude to it. You can say,
like, hold hands with your couple.
There we go. Or
man while you hike the mountain.
Yeah, or make a joke out of it. Just be like, when I realized that I wanted to transition, I was on a side of and you're on the side of a fucking mountain, and you're like, and that's when I had the moment that I was like, oh.
Something like that. Because like the thing is, for example, your uncle, right? He can be gay and identify with but he can also be gay and identify, I want to be outdoors and I want to be rugged. It can be both.
But at the same time,
you don't
even
need
if
to be fucking Priscilla.
Even if you are not both, that's fine.
Yeah.
But then just advertise different shit. Like, if you advertise a company which does, I don't know, girly shit, just be girly shit.
But it's the same thing. Like, if you look for shoes, for example, it's shoes. I'm just giving like an easy example. I can identify with the girl that wants to put on the sneakers, but I can also identify with the girl that wants to put on the heels and glam up. It's two different sides of me. They don't need to be like, I don't need to have a girl like, ew, I don't want to wear a sneaker. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
You can be both. It doesn't need to be that wigged woman with makeup, and that's what all transgenders are like, or trans.
There we go. I think that's what we're trying to get to.
Because that's what it is.
That's the offensive part.
The gay or all gays are like that.
No.
It's not.
What if
true.
you're just like a really chilled person, and you're transgender, but you're just really chilled. You're not flamboyant.
And you don't have to be flamboyant.
No.
Same with gays, because that is something that's like as a stereotype for gays. Which a lot of them can be, but
flamboyant.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it makes them feel more like they want to feel, and that's fine.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that that's what you need to be. Do you know what I mean?
No, but that doesn't also mean like you can be
a manly gay.
You can still make that advert differently.
Yeah.
You could be a flamboyant gay or transsexual or whatever. You could do that, But then put them in actual North Face gear, doing actual North Face shit, and be like, oh my God, building a fire is so fucking hard with these fucking nails. But like, I use this equipment because this company is a good company that makes good shit.
But also how he started it. I'm a real life What did he say?
I don't know.
What?
It's interesting that there's so much nuance. And there's so much individuality, and there's so much like case by case basis, because you can't just look at this community and this inclusivity as like a singularity. You have to look at it as like, okay, here's the Little Mermaid, and then here's this, and then here's that, and then here's the car, and then here's this. You got to look at and then here's transgenders competing in sports. And you can't just be like, push a button, everything goes. You can't. And look, the Little Mermaid thing, right? Going back to it. I don't think that there's anything wrong with a black chick or a black woman, black girl, whatever, portraying a white character, because it is fiction.
Yeah.
Okay? But then why don't you just make The Little Mermaid 2?
There's a different one.
Because again, I'll go back to Spider-Man with Miles Mayer?
I don't remember the first one. Is it the first one you're talking about?
Miles Morales. There we go. So this is actually in the comic books. This is a real story. So Peter dies, and it gets handed over to Miles Morales.
Wait, when is this? Is this a new movie that's coming out?
It's a video game. It's a PlayStation video game that is literally coming out. But that is like, here is Spider-Man, and then here's this other Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then there's overlap when they're both alive and they hang out.
Yeah, why don't you make Little Mermaid's friend?
Or you don't even have to make it the friend. You could just be like, I don't know. You could. I'm not a fucking creative director at Disney, but you can just do it better instead of just saying, let's rehash and recreate and redo. Like,
and then no more original fairy tales are there
and then
anymore?
what? We're supposed to be ultra racist, and we're supposed to show our white kids the white mermaid and the black kids the black mermaid,
or the other way around, or are all of these characters gonna become mixed race white or no, not white? Like they're making sure that whites are not part of anything anymore. It's just going a bit too far.
What was the name of the show that we were looking at on Netflix? Was it called The Queen, or was it called?
No. It's Queen Charlotte, I think. Yeah.
Now, I want to make a point about this shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the thing is, can I jump in here for a second?
Go for it, please.
Because I watched Bridgerton, and Bridgerton is a fun show. They did it very well. They did it very well. And the queen in the show Bridgerton is this lady. But what I did not know is that this whole Queen Charlotte thing is based on an actual queen. This story is based on an actual queen that was alive. And that's where it gets messed up for me.
And she was black?
No, she was not black.
Okay. Now, I'm just going to do a quick scroll through this. Look at the screen. Okay? Just look at that.
Because Bridgerton is more fantasy.
Okay, now just look at this. I haven't seen the show, so maybe I'm wrong. But here's what I have to say.
Society. You will make lots of babies. As many babies as possible.
Here's what I have to say. Here is a black woman wearing white people shit, speaking with a colonialist accent.
Yeah.
You make
a very good point.
Speaking with a British accent, wearing white people shit, walking, talking, eating, everything like a white fucking person. Even the hairstyles, like, come on, like, let's quickly go back here and look at some pictures.
Well, that one's fine.
This is fine. This is fine. But this kind of shit, the wigs and stuff, right? This is what I was looking for. This is what I was trying to find. Now, my problem here is that's not you. That's not your culture. That's not anything about what you represent or where you come from. Now, had you made the show different to incorporate that culture, language, whatever, ethnicity, it's a totally different approach.
Well,
but
just give the example because now it sounds racist.
Getting there. Yeah, but I'm getting there. So my point is this. If you made this exact same show in Africa and you did African shit wearing African clothes, but it was all white people with braided African fucking hair, right? And African clothes, and they were all, yeah, and if you think, and fucking African accents and African jewelry, wearing in an African style house, doing African shit in the burning hot sun with their pale ass skin. Would we not light that movie on fire? That's what you got to do when you watch this shit. You got to reverse the race.
Because then they'd be offended, so offended,
yes.
like you're culturally
appropriating. And listen, I'm not trying to defend my fucking white. No, I'm not doing that. I'm just saying, here's my theory. Take a subject.
It's weird.
Reverse the race, and if it's racist, you fucked up. If it's not racist, you're not fucked up. It's the same thing as when you watch those videos and you interview black people. Like there was this one interview with this guy interviewed 2 black ladies on the street. And he was like, I don't know how they got there, but it's like, would you have white kids? Or would you have would you marry a white guy? And they were like, fuck no, because black is strong, black is power, black is beautiful.
It's true.
I wouldn't want to have a white kid because my culture is beautiful and I want to keep the pureness of my culture. I can pull it up right now.
Yeah.
Those are the words they used. And then flip that around. No, I would never want to date or have a child with a black person because I think white is strong, white is pure, white is beautiful. And I think we need more white people on this planet. Whoa, hold on. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta flip it. Now, when I go back to The Little Mermaid and you flip it, I don't see anything wrong with it. It's a fictional world, it's a fictional character. Now, if you look at Bridgerton, there's a little bit that I see wrong with because you are kind of saying that during this era of time, before cars and carriages and all this kind of stuff, that there wasn't slavery.
Yeah, but that's also.
Because then you're kind of fucking up history.
Yeah, you're fucking up history, but you're also kind of like diminishing it,
sweeping it under the rug.
I don't know the word. There's a word. I know it in bagatelliseren in Dutch. It's like making it small.
Diminishing.
Diminishing it. Making it like
undermining or whatever.
Yeah, undermining. Making it like it's not a real thing. And also it's like neglecting their culture in a way. Like if you think of Black Panther and the universe that he came from or the city, they incorporated African roots in that, which was really cool.
I loved that.
Because it was super like modern and they had the best stuff because they created the best stuff because they had the right
the
steel.
Culture and they showed the accent. They showed everything.
And they were like proud of it. And that's what it is.
And that's what it should be.
Because we don't really have much to be proud of here, do we? This era. Not really.
Nope.
Because we were not very nice people. I mean, we conquered a lot, but
no.
It's not a togetherness.
It was disgusting, and I'm not saying that you have to remind everybody of it every second of the day, but wouldn't it be a little bit weird if you created the exact same show during, like, I don't know, Nazi times, but you just flipped the script and like Jewish people weren't going through what they were going through?
Or
like,
also, what if you made Hitler like black or something?
Dude, how far away are we from a fucking black Hitler? Legitimately.
Didn't we actually see that?
Yeah, we did.
Someone made a joke of that, like, let's do that.
Because all these shows are going woke, and then they were like, okay, so we're going to get a black Hitler. Because
that's not allowed.
I think every single show, again, my point here is everything has to be looked at on a case-by-case basis. Because this show, to me, is a lot more offensive than Bridgerton. And Bridgerton is a lot more offensive than The Little Mermaid. And The Little Mermaid is a lot more offensive than The Truck. And everything has to be looked at specifically. Like, again, you can't take...
Yeah, it's just... What is this?
I can't spell. You can't take this guy, which is the Mountain from Game of Thrones, and have him go through a sex change in 3 months and then let him compete in, like, professional weightlifting in the female division.
Yeah.
But... if you took this guy, for example, right here, okay, Mr. Harry Styles, and he transitioned, which he's close, and he transitioned after 3 months, and then he competed in the female weight division, I have no problem with that because he'll never win. He'll never win, no matter what he does. He can transition to being female and then take all the steroids in the world, and he'll never win. Do you understand what I'm saying? Here, I'll give you another example.
Yeah, you can't do it. Dwayne Johnson.
Imagine if you took this guy, right? And he transitioned, and then he started competing in professional female weightlifting.
Yeah, but what was that other TikTok?
Or imagine you took this guy.
What was that other reel where?
Imagine you take John Rogan.
John Rogan.
Imagine if you take this maniac, this fucking chimpanzee of a human being, and he transitioned for 14 years and sat in his basement, and then he started competing in the professional female division of the UFC.
Yeah.
In like the middleweight, not the heavyweight. What are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing?
What are you doing? So I think, again, I'm not trying to step on anybody's toes, but here's the takeaway. Flip the script. And if it sounds racist, it probably is.
Yeah, that's it.
Because, I don't know, like, I don't think that every time you make a culturally, a timepiece, rather, it has to be culturally oppressive to the accurate history of what was going on.
No, it can be a bit fairy tale, that's fine.
But then, my question is, if you look at House of Dragon, okay, in Game of Thrones, I don't think you saw a lot of black people in power. Think about that.
No, in the first, House of Dragon, yes.
No, Game of Thrones. I don't think that there was House whatever, or there were people like, because I think they were going for a little bit more accurate depiction of what that time was like.
The only thing was like they did show like, what was that other culture?
The Unsullied.
Yeah, you had the Unsullied, but you also had
Drogo's clan.
No, like it was very beautiful. I forget where one of the fighters comes from. Who fought the because that looked like a little bit more like.
Wasn't that Pedro Pascal?
I don't know. Pedro Pascal was not in there.
No, never mind. Sorry, other guy.
No, but it was a little bit more like there was more ethnicity in there. Yeah. Like there was a bit more. So they did do that, but not. Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, like, I'm not saying if you make a time accurate. Just to finish my piece on Game of Thrones, when they made House of Dragon, because they made a spin-off or like a prequel, it's still a fantasy land. You got dragons flying around.
Yeah.
People don't get burnt by dragon fire. I mean, okay, I don't care what you do, but if you made The Hobbit like all Mexican, or if you take Ghostbusters and make it all female, it's like, can't you just make something older or newer or different time zone, or like a handover, like I'm gonna hand over the mantle, here's the mantle. But if you just pretend like nothing's happening, here's the new Tinkerbell, it's like, huh?
Yeah.
Can't you just make like, okay, there's fairyland and there's like thousands of Tinkerbells and like they're all different colors.
Yeah, exactly.
And then this is the journey of this Tinkerbell. And then every once in a while, they're like, yeah, but when Peter, now you give a new name to the new guy, right? Like Michael.
But just make it a different story.
40 years ago, Peter tried to do X, Y, Z with Captain Hook, but it didn't work. And now Captain Hook's son or whatever. Just
make it different.
Something, you know? Because then you're not killing the original.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if you made The Lion King with an all cheetah cast.
The cheetah.
I'm not saying it's wrong. It's just,
it wouldn't work.
It doesn't make sense.
No. Make a new movie.
Make a new movie. And maybe I'm culturally insensitive, or maybe I'm the fucked up one, but I really think I'm on the right side of history. I think in 10 years or 15 or 20 or 30 years from now, we're going to look back on this era of cultural, like reverse cultural appropriation, right? Because the pendulum is swung in the wrong direction now, the opposite direction. And we're really overemphasizing this, okay, fuck white people and let's change everything and let's be inclusive. And I think in 20 or 30 years, when the pendulum comes back, we're going to be like, dude, 30 years ago,
what were we doing?
People were doing fucking all these crazy things. Like, we now look at movies where white actors from the 1950s that were playing black people that painted their face black. That was so normal back then. But now we look at it and we're like, what the fuck? Dude.
You can't do that.
But I think that there were people in the 1950s that saw that movie came out that had black friends and they were like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah.
But it was like the social norm.
Yeah.
And that's what we live in now. Like, this is the social norm.
Yeah.
That I'm like, I don't like this.
It's weird. It's too much.
I don't support it.
No.
And again, like, beer is for everyone. Trucks are for everyone. Guns are for everyone. but just do it different.
Yeah, just do it more nuanced.
Yeah, and then just don't fuck with kids.
Yeah, no, don't
Dude,
fuck with kids.
Kids should be looked at as like, if there's like a 1 and there's a 0, then kids should just be like an infinity sign. Like, do not touch until they become something and then start getting involved. Like, I'm not an expert, but there has to be an age where you can actually start taking a kid more seriously. But it's not 5.
No, but when they start figuring out what they want.
Mm-hmm. But isn't it the same thing like with abortion? Like, we all agree that a 8-month-old baby is like, you can't abort that.
No.
But if this happens, boop, you can abort that.
Yeah, well, that's a different debate, babe.
It's been 1 second.
Yeah, but it's a different debate for different people.
No. What I'm saying is, from the beginning to the end, there is a good and a bad way to do something, and then there's the middle.
Yeah.
And I think we have to look at.
Sorry.
We have to look at every. We gotta look at everything like that, right?
Yeah, we do.
Imagine if we get canceled for this. For not being inclusive. Can you imagine? Like, the show's called Please Don't Cancel Us. And we get canceled for saying, hey, if you reverse the race, it sounds racist. Or, hey, why don't you just make it more inclusive but in a different way? Like, imagine if we get canceled for this shit.
I know. Crazy. It's gone too far.
I don't even know what to say. What do you want to say? Close us out.
Close us out. Yeah, I don't know. I just agree. I think the pendulum has just swung too far the other side. I wonder when that will stabilize and if it will stabilize and if other people see it. Like, well, yeah, for sure other people see it, but how many people are actually on the side of this pendulum swinging and how many are not? Because most people I speak to are not.
Most people I speak to as well, but then I know some people that are on the pendulum. They're wrecking balling it.
Yeah.
Like a wreck. They're just swinging along with the fucking veganism, don't eat meat during the week.
Yeah,
and
some, but not all the factors of it, you know?
And it's funny because the further that pendulum swings, people start dropping off.
Yeah.
They start dropping off. They're like, dude, the Little Mermaid is black. That's fine. That's fine. And now, what the fuck? And then they drop off.
Yeah.
But there's people that are riding that bitch to the bitter end.
Yeah.
Because they want to be on the right side of society.
Yeah.
And those fucking pro-vaxxers that said that we should die and we should not be allowed to be in the military and you were wrong.
Yeah.
You were wrong. Unless there's a second pandemic.
Yeah. Well, unless there's a second pandemic, no, then we're still right.
Well, then according to the status quo, because apparently they're going to make the second pandemic a lot more aggressive with regulations. They're going to be like, okay, not getting vaxxed is no longer a choice. Like, if you don't get vaxxed, we're going to fuck you up.
Okay, that's a whole nother bag of beans to open. I don't want to talk about
Bag of beans?
that. I don't know what the
When was the last time you opened a bag of beans? Bag? Do they sell beans in bags?
They do, actually, you
Bob's
know?
Beans in a bag.
Yeah, I'll send you a picture of one.
Okay. They have bagged
or like
milk
a sachet.
in Canada.
Like a sachet. Bagged milk.
They sell milk in a bag in Canada. Have you seen that?
No.
Let's end on that.
Bag of milk.
Yeah, they sell milk in bags. It's the most off-putting thing I've ever seen.
Why? And then
I don't know. They put it in a bag.
That's very weird.
How are you supposed to pour it?
That's so weird. Why?
I don't know. Why do they put it in a bag?
Look up a bag of beans.
Look at the aisle of milk.
What?
Why don't you just have cartons? It's so much more ergonomic. Bags of milk.
That's weird. Look up bag of beans. You'll find it. It exists, I think. Oh, yeah.
It doesn't exist.
Those are beans in a bag, I'm telling you.
Yeah. But not like actual ones that... These are like raw fucking shush.
Raw shush.
Okay. Well,
right.
Say goodbye.
Thank you for watching. Please don't cancel us. I hope you join us next time. Like, comment, subscribe.
But make sure that you follow the channel.
Because it would really help. And then please. Watch the next episode. And the next episode.
And also give a thumbs up.
And give it a thumbs up.
And then hit the notifications.
And hit for notifications.
No, hit the notifications.
Hit the notifications.
The bell icon.
The
bell icon.
The bell icon.
So that you'll be notified of our next videos.
So that you'll be notified of our next videos.
No, it's not. ASMR. Okay. Thank you.
don't cancel us. No, please don't